One of the top jobs in world football will be available this summer as the Barcelona manager Luis Enrique has announced that he will not return after his contract expires in June. Enrique, who has won 8 trophies as head coach of the Barcelona squad, insisted though that his decision to leave the club was purely personal and denied that there were any tensions within the club or with his players. He cited a need for rest as the main reason. Enrique has been under some pressure of late, especially since his 4-0 thrashing at Paris Saint-Germain in the first leg of their Champions League last 16 tie last month, with Barcelona facing an uphill task to qualify for the last 8. But they're still technically in 3 tournaments. Let's go to our panel to find out what does this mean. And guys, last week we saw the sacking of the Leicestershire manager, and this week Luis Enrique announces that he's leaving. We're joined by Hamid Mark. Hamid, what is going on in European soccer? Is it that tough of a job?
It is, especially when you manage Barcelona. You know, that's one of the biggest clubs in the world. Like, sitting from our point of view, we're saying, oh, he has a comfy job. Messi is doing all the work. Neymar is doing all the work. Suarez is doing all the work. But really, it's a stressful job because they demand you to win all the time. You know, the fans demand it as well. You have to manage all those egos all the time. So it is a very stressful job. So I can understand why he said he's tired. But this news could have went one or two ways. One, it could have made Barcelona, you know, relax, be you know, like, okay, the season's pretty much done. We'll wait for another manager. Or they could fight for the manager. Lucky for him, they did the latter, and they're fighting for him. They're winning games. They're in a 5-game winning streak in La Liga, so they're doing very well, and they're top of the table so far. And if they could win the Clásico on April 23rd, they control their destiny in terms of winning the title.
First of all, if there's an application somewhere for the Barcelona job, I would like to take it because I would love to coach Messi, Suarez, and Neymar, the greatest strike force in history.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't think any job gets better than that. You get paid millions to sit on a bench and watch Messi do his thing.
Is there something that he's not telling us with this decision, though? Is there some kind of turmoil in that organization?
I mean, I don't think so. It hasn't seemed like there's been any turmoil. It's been peaceful. The season has been not up to standards as they would like it, but you know, obviously they're in really 2 competitions, La Liga and Copa del Rey. They have a chance to win 2 trophies. So I don't think there's any tension in the club. I think he's just tired. He thinks it's best for him and the club. So
after 3 years, I'm tired doesn't seem like an argument that holds water.
It doesn't seem like it, and I can understand from the perspective because when you're a winner, you're glorified. When you're a loser, you're scrutinized. And the reality is he just got slammed by PSG, and this season's been so-and-so. Some of the players have been lackluster. Neymar, for example, has probably been the most disappointing player. Exactly. He's probably been the most disappointing player of the big 3 especially. But I think he's gotten to the point where it's, all right, I'm over-scrutinized. Because also you have to remember, the biggest job he's coached at before was Roma, which is a big club in Italy, but nowhere near the level of Barcelona.
Let me ask you this. 2 questions first. Where does he go from here, and what happens to that Barcelona position?
Well, he's definitely going to take a break. I don't see him coaching a team for a while now.
Like Klopp.
Yeah, and there's some managers rumored to take over his position. They have Sampaoli from Sevilla, who are in 3rd place. They're playing really good right now. You have 3 managers from the Premier League. You have Coleman from Everton. You have Pochettino from Tottenham, and then obviously you have Arsene Wenger from Arsenal, who is pretty much up to him whether he leaves or stays. Right. But if the fans better hope to God that he says this is enough, because he lost to Liverpool. He didn't start like his chances. I don't know what he was on, but you don't put your star man on the bench. He had no injuries.
Why would Barcelona want that though?
That's the thing. If I'm Barcelona, I'm running far away from Wenger.
4th place in stable, no?
It's like Barcelona's like, hell no, I want to win titles, and Arsene Wenger.
If I were them, I would look seriously into Koeman, because Ronald Koeman is a Barcelona legend.
Yeah.
So I would seriously look into him because he knows the club inside and out, and he could potentially rebuild the youth academy that was there.
Yeah, and if I was them, I wouldn't go for Wenger because that's.
Who wants 4th place?
He's a good manager, but he's not.
Who wants 4th place for 13 straight years?
Yeah. How do you see this playing out for Barcelona? Now they're still technically in 3 championships. How do you see this playing out for them the rest of the season?
I think they'll keep fighting because their club. They're not just a club that fights for their fans. They're a club that's built on the pride of their players. I think those players want to continue to build their own legacy, especially guys like Messi and Iniesta. I think they will continue to compete. I think they're out of the Champions League, but I think the Copa del Rey, they're going to absolutely blow out Alaves. And if they can, like you said, win those couple of games, including the Clásico, they're in control of their own destiny because Real is giving them wins at this point.
And we have to remember, Barcelona is the type of club where they could lose managers, but they have such a good foundation and a good system that they'll keep on winning. They'll keep on, developing good players. Messi will keep on doing this thing, even though he's getting older. So it's not really going to hurt them too much. But they have to find a good manager that fits their profile.
We'll definitely see how the season plays out. He's Hamid Mark, Gab, and Kiki. Thank you guys for joining us. When we come back, we bowl on to the cricket pitch.